A week ago, I did a sketchbook tour of some old sketchbooks and thought it'd be fun to redraw some of the sketches. So I chose to redraw this doodle of albedo, and well, it didn't exactly go according to plan, so let's talk about it. Okay, so I decided that I wanted to do a redraw of this old character albedo since I also been wanting to draw some more fan art. So I thought, okay, this is the perfect time to do some fan art as well as a redraw. This will be great, it'll work out fine. It did not work out fine. In the original doodle, I had him sitting down drawing in a sketchbook, and I was like, you know, I'm not really in the mood to do like a full body pose today, but like, let's just draw him drawing in a sketchbook. How hard can that be? That's not a super hard pose at all. It should be fine. It should be easy. It was not easy. You know, when you're just like drawing and you haven't even done the drawing yet, you're just blocking out the pose and you can already tell. You're like, this is not gonna go well. You're like, this is not gonna be a good drawing day. It's not gonna work out. That was me today. That was me. Nothing was going well. I was drawing this pose and I could already tell. The moment I started to draw the head, I was like, I don't know, there's just something, like I could just feel it. I was like, the way my hands are feeling, just, you know, there's like a vibe, you know, you could just like feel it. I was like, this is not gonna work out well. I was like, okay, this is fine, this is fine. So I decided to change the pose. I said, okay, I'll just have him like float here, whatever. I was like, let me try a different pose from a different angle. Maybe it'll be easier, whatever, different side. You know, we'll see, we'll give it a shot. That wasn't any easier. I struggled. I got a little farther. I got to the point that I was drawing the hands, but struggled with the hands as well. So needless to say, I probably should have seen this coming since earlier today when well, not today because I'm filming this the next day, but like earlier the day that I filmed this yesterday, I had done a special drawing for our 400 and 500 subscriber milestone, which thank you for that, by the way. But while drawing that, it was going, okay, I did a chibi because I didn't feel, I don't know, something felt off. Like I was like, I feel like I can't do a normal drawing. So like, let me do a chibi. I feel that should have been a first red sign that today was not going to be a good drawing day. And then as I'm drawing the chibi, everything's going well until I get to the face. I need to draw the eye. The right eye on this chibi, it took me, or I guess technically the left, depending how you look at it, it took me like 5 eyes to get it to a point where I just gave up and I said, you know what, that's good enough. Because even now, I still think it looks wonky. It came out weird. I'm not super happy with it, but it was good enough. So I feel like after this, that probably should have been a red flag. I was like, oh, you know what, nothing I'm going to draw today is probably going to look good. So then I decided to film this video later in the day. And obviously, needless to say, every single pose I tried to draw, I kept screwing up. Like every single time it looked wonky, I wanted to draw him with the sketchbook because it's a redraw. I feel like I had to redraw him with the sketchbook and just nothing was working. So then after doing 2 failed half body attempts, I was like, okay, you know what, let's just do the face. Because the face is like what I'm generally the most comfortable with drawing. I feel like that's the first thing that most people get comfortable with drawing. So I was like, okay, you know what, this is fine. I'll just draw the face. It'll be fine. Tell me why I was also struggling to draw the face. Even the face I was struggling with. I drew one eye, it looked fine. Went to draw the other eye, it looked wonky. At this point, I didn't even want to bother. I was like, you know what? No, I'll leave the other eye for later. I don't want to deal with this right now because I was like so done with drawing. I almost thought about just like giving up, but I was like, no, I have to do at least one drawing correct. So that's when I decided to keep going with this drawing. And at the end of the day, it wasn't terrible. I do think it actually turned out fine. The hair was a nice challenge. Genshin characters always have like just so much going on in their hair. But yeah, the hair was definitely a bit of a challenge, especially Albedo's hair. I just feel like Albedo's hair looks a little weird. Like not like the front or the side. I think it's like the back. I don't know. I'm also just not really good at drawing hair in general. It's like once I figure out a hairstyle, I'm like, okay, I can like draw that one hairstyle well. And it's like, okay, but like I'm not good at just, you know, being able to draw like any hairstyle yet. I'm working on it. Or well, I need to work on it. But you know, I guess this was pretty good practice for that. But I still think I made his hair come out okay, like it looks fine at the end of the day. I also, even though I did screw up on the other eye originally, I do still think that his eyes honestly came out fine. I feel like they might be a little bit too far apart from one another, but at the end of the day, I think they're fine considering I was struggling so much this day. I'm just content that at least one of my doodles came out looking okay. For his clothes, Genshin characters also just always have like complicated clothes. And usually I would have done more research for like the clothing. Like I probably would have looked up the 3D model because you can't find the 3D models online, or I would have just opened up Genshin on my phone because I have albedo. I pulled them before. I would just like pulled it up on my phone so I could like look at them a lot closer. But like, you know, we were struggling at this point. Okay, I like barely had the energy to like finish this one doodle. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna guess. So I kind of like, you know, I couldn't like 100% tell like his whole outfit from my reference images that I had. But I was like, okay, you know what? This is fine. I'll get the outfit close enough. And you know, I was pretty content. There's obviously like some details here and there that I think I forgot to include or like I was missing or whatever. And I do not care. It's good enough. I will take it. His body, I think his body is fine. Yeah, like it's fine. I didn't spend like that much effort in making sure that the perspective of his body made sense and everything. But like honestly, it came out fine. And at the end of the day, I really like how the bottom drawing came out. Thankfully, at least one out of the 3 drawings on this page, I am decently content with how it came out. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. So I'll just let this drawing finish out and then come back to you guys when we're on to the next drawing. Okay, finally, drawing number 2. And this one, I struggled with. I was feeling much more confident after the bottom one. I was like, okay, you know what, the bottom one didn't turn out terribly. Maybe we can do it again. Spoiler, I did not. This was a struggle and it did not go well. I definitely have this problem where I try to draw faces. I want to draw bigger, but whenever I draw the face, oftentimes it ends up being smaller than I originally planned on it being. And I don't know how it's always like, I always default to a smaller face. I'm like, how do I stop doing that? I want to draw bigger, but everything always ends up like so small. It's so annoying. But yeah, anyways, so when I drew this one, I was like, okay, maybe I can have him drawing in the sketchbook again. And I was like, okay, you know what, maybe I'll just, you know, do another bust basically, where I, you know, really just kind of focus on the head basically. You can see here, like I was not very confident, I don't think, in drawing the head. I was like, you know, let me draw out the clothes, because at this point drawing like the body and the clothes just felt easier than having to draw the head. But yeah, the clothes here I think came out worse than they did in the bottom one. I think the perspective was just a little weird. Like I didn't really think it through that much. Like I wasn't really thinking through really anything I was doing. I was just kind of really just going for it. So I feel like that just kind of obviously did not help in making everything look good. I feel like everything looks a little wonky still. It's not terrible, but it definitely feels a little off. There's something about it that I think I did wrong. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I definitely know that something came out a little wonky. And then when I was trying to draw I don't know what the thing is called. Whatever I think that thing is that he has kind of like over on his chest where like his heart is, or roughly where his heart is. I'm not quite sure what it's called. I don't think they ever give it a name or anything in the game, but it was interesting to draw, especially like the little bottom parts are kind of like, you know, like they kind of like flare out. I don't think I really understand the shape of what's going on there very well, but you know, I got a close enough doodle. And then the little thing, oh my god, I forget what it's called. It's been so long since I played this game. I really need to play this game again, but I still really like the characters. But anyways, once I got to his hair, I was like, okay, this is a reference of like official Genshin artwork and stuff. So it's like, okay, I was like, I can draw his hair again. And it went, okay, I'm not like super duper happy. At this point, I didn't realize how off his head was. Like I think it's like the perspective, I think, is what's off. Like he's looking down, but I didn't draw his hair really as if he's looking down. So it looks really wonky, but because I was doing this at an angle, I couldn't tell that that's what was wrong. And of course, you know, me didn't even think to like lift up my sketchbook and look at it straight on to see what was wrong. So I didn't even realize what specifically was wrong until I stood up and stared down later. I went, oh, so that's what was wrong. I was like, the angle of his head was weird. You can see like I tried to fix it by like adjusting the shape of his face a couple times, but obviously that would have never fixed it because that wasn't the problem. The problem was the top part of his face, not the bottom part of his face. But you know, oh well, whatever. It didn't come out nearly as well as the other drawing. Not super happy with it, but you know, I moved on. I gave up. I was like, this is good enough. Let me just do this one last drawing. Okay, and finally it was time for the last drawing. At this point, nothing was working out. I drew one drawing that I ended up being content with, and then right after I did a drawing that I'm not content with, and then I was like, okay. I was like, well, let me just do something really simple. I just did a straight on face, basically. I was like, I just really want to keep this simple. So it's like, okay, let me just basically just do another doodle, like the bottom, just keep his body at like a slightly different angle, I guess. So just straight on face with the body looking forward instead of like to the side or whatever. And honestly, it was okay, I guess. Oh, actually, you know what? I guess I did end up making his body a little bit to the side. Never mind. I forgot what I drew. But anyways, I think it came out like fine. I don't think it was as good as the bottom one. Like I feel like his face shape was a little weird at first, but I think it definitely came out better than the second one. So I'll take it. You know, I did something good, then I did something bad, then I did something okay. So like that's kind of like a 1.5 out of 3. So like I'll take it. You know, I'll take anything at this point, I swear to God. But so here, drawing his hair again, which again, it's just every single time I have to draw the back of his hair, it just feels so weird. Like there's just something about the way his hair is. It's like when you draw it right, like it looks fine. But it's like until you complete the whole like back of his head or the back of his hair, it just looks so weird. it's like really one of those, like you just have to kind of trust the process that it's gonna turn out fine. In terms of his eyes, I was definitely pretty nervous since I've been struggling quite a lot with the eyes. I struggled with the eyes with the bottom, then with the second one, and then with this one, I was like, oh my God, please don't let me struggle with the eyes. And thankfully, thank God, I got it, you know, good enough on like the very first try. So I didn't struggle with the eyes. Thank God. It ended up okay. But yeah, I did try to fix his face shape at the end, and I do think I fixed that a little bit, but then I think maybe his neck looks a little weird, but that's really just because I didn't really spend that much time touching up the neck and fixing it. But you know, I was gonna draw the body a little bit more, and then I gave up. I was like, no, you know what, we're just gonna edit like that. So I added his name, and I added a bunch of random like stars and just random like icons and emotes all over the place to kind of like just fill in the page and stuff. And yeah. But that's it. So let me know what you guys think of the final page and how it came out. I will say, okay, 2 out of 3 are like fine. I just don't like the one where he's looking down. I think it came out really wonky, but I am proud that I pushed through. I'll try to draw more fan art in the future, mix in with the character designs and the art style study videos I do. So if any of that sounds interesting, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the video. If you liked it, make sure to comment whatever it is you would like to comment. And yeah, hopefully I will see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.